Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Faster Way podcast. Coach Confessional.
Oh, yes.
Bergin's here.
Yep.
So the last time we did a Coach Confessional, admittedly, I was pretty darn burned out.
I love our times together because it just undulates. You know what I mean? And that is life. That is life. And yes, you were burnt out. You just come back from a beautiful cruise.
Well, I just now have come back.
Yeah.
So when we did it, I was about
You're
to leave.
going on the cruise.
Yes,
There it is.
yes.
There it is. Seat time.
But I was also coming off of a sickness. I had gotten the end of school year crud, which seems to happen every year. You think you're in the clear, you get hit with the crud, very end of the school year. And I listened back. I don't normally do this, but for whatever reason, I just listened back on the pod. I think I just had no other podcast to listen to. I'm like, let's listen to me and Lee. And I could just hear the stress in my voice because I'm coming off of a sickness. I was sick for 10 days. It's been an amazing, exciting, thrilling, intense, challenging, difficult year. And it is what it is. Like with the big risks and the big goals that we have come the highs and the lows.
Right.
If we don't have the lows, we can't have the highs.
I completely agree. And that's something that, I think so many times we're looking for this. I said this in a workout this week too. We're looking for this easy button and we're seeking comfort forever. And we're always going to be disappointed,
right?
So just stop seeking the comfort and just seek the resilience because these waves are going to come. Make a t-shirt. Amanda, if we could make a t-shirt with all the sayings that we have right now.
Put that on a t-shirt. Yes. I love that quote.
Yeah.
Yes. So left for the cruise, best cruise of my life, besides maybe the very first cruise I've ever been on, which was in 2017. It was December of 2017. We lived in a 1,000 square foot condo, decided to take our 2 kids on a Disney cruise. Am I getting the timeline right? I think I am. Maybe it was 2016. Anyway, I remember when I was on the cruise, I was still working just a little bit, and Beth Chapo was sharing about Faster Way. It must have been 2016, and the sales were coming in like crazy, like ATM machine. And some of our coaches were kind of getting ramped up. And I look at Brandon, we're sitting on the lounge chairs on this cruise ship deck. And I'm like, this is going to be big.
We're about to shift some gears.
I'm like, this is about to scale. So it must have been 2017 because I was like, no, maybe 2016. I don't know. Anyway, whenever it was, I also for the first time ever like invested in a Michelin star chef meal, and it was so inspiring because of the excellence of the food. And I was like, man, I would like to do more of this. And if I want to do more of this, then I need to make sure I have a successful company long term.
Oh, that's a good little story.
Yeah. But I felt that same feeling on the cruise last week.
Oh, Amanda.
Again. It's like
butterflies.
I know, because it's like we have gotten to a very good point. We have brought in a talented president and a great C-suite, and we have an influx of new talented coaches. But I had lost that feeling of like, what's the next level? Just a little bit because of the burnout, because of the day-to-day. But when I was on that cruise ship, Lee, within a day, this first day, the sea day, I was like,
I'm back.
I am a $1 billion brand CEO.
Wow.
And this thing is going to be a $1 billion brand. And not only that, we're going to accelerate and have some exponential growth. And it's like sometimes when you're in the day-to-day in the messy middle, but I had so many epiphanies and I'm like, and if I want to move forward with energy and stamina, I need to do things differently. Yeah. I can't go back to the office and keep doing the same things. So one thing that I did is decide we're going to do work from home Friday. Mostly, and I hope no team members are listening to this, for a very selfish reason. Because I need work from home Fridays.
That's how many of my workouts are. I'm like, today we're going to work shoulders because they don't hurt.
Yeah. Now it happens to be Friday, but I was like, I just need more space to work on instead of in. I'm like, let me send everybody home on Fridays just so that I can work on instead of in. And even today it is Friday, we're in the office, but it's like I can go to the bathroom and come back without 7 people hitting me with approvals and XYZ. So Disney cruises are the best. We were on the Wish. Kids loved every second of it. But I was like so refreshed. I put my phone away. This is a great lesson. I put the phone away. I used a burner phone. I got a burner phone so I could just use the Ship app to communicate with Brandon, Emma, and Cole, who we gave some freedom to and let them kind of explore. I didn't give freedom to Brandon. I gave freedom to, I mean, he has all the freedom he wants. Whatever. This is going the wrong way. Emma and Cole, we gave them some freedom. But putting my phone away and not having social media, okay? And we should talk about a book that I'm reading right now called The Anxious Generation, but not having social media, not having the day-to-day work responsibilities of approvals, and then also just empowering my executives of like, you can make the calls. I'm out of town. You make the calls. And not only that, when I get back, you're still going to make the calls. And
Is that
you might
hard
fail.
for you to let go? Of control, because again, this program is curated by you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so as the Michelin star,
Yes.
you want to taste every single bite, right? So, and excellence
Yes.
is one of our core values. So
Yes.
is that a hard practice for you?
Okay.
Not scripted.
Ooh.
She might get mad at me for
No,
asking. Just saying.
It's a loaded question. So I am currently going through the process of duplicating myself, not because we want little Amanda clones walking around, but just simply disseminating down my values. Excellence in everything we do. We want to be world class. 3 years from now, when you think digital fitness and nutrition, not even digital, when you think fitness and nutrition, when you think best in class, you are going to think faster way, but that's not going to happen unless we are excellent. We never settle. Anything we roll out is world class. Right now, we've rolled out different things on the app, and a lot of times it's like, I have an idea, I want the team to roll it out, and we roll it out and it's half-ass. That's not going to happen anymore. It's only going to be rolled out if it's the very best thing. The macro, taking the picture with the AI, it's only going to happen if it's the best thing. The workout's only going to be rolled out if it's the best thing. We're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. The great example, walking tracker, we shouldn't have rolled it out. It's just crap. We're only going to roll stuff out if it's best in class. We're going to focus even more on the core features that help equip our clients to be successful long term, by the way. We are going to be more adaptable. We're going to be more personalized. So for me, it's like, is it hard to give up control? Only if I cannot trust my executives.
Correct.
I'm committed to growth, and you can either have control or you can have growth, but you cannot have both.
There it is.
And
Yep.
so I led a 2-day retreat with our C-suite this week. And to kick it off, I was like, let's dial into the vision. Let's dive in. Let's look at the strategic vision for the next 5 years. And the sentiment in the beginning stages was very small, small-minded. What can we do to get from 89,000 new clients a year to 105,000 new clients a year? What can we do to get from 515,000 clients that we've served to 600,000? And I go, no, we are going to be $1 billion brand with a multi-million individual impact and be the world-class brand in this category. What do we need to do in order to make that true? And if we're going to put a timeline on it and say it's going to happen in 5 years, you have to move differently and think differently. You can't just keep this 23% year over year incremental growth. And so I really challenge the executives to dig deeper. And I'm like, everything you just wrote down, rip it up.
Oh.
Like, we're starting over, because I want you to be with me as we hit this $1 billion. And what is that going to look like and feel like? And what is the team going to need to do? And what are the values? Because when you're so clear on vision and values, your decisions become easy
Right.
and straightforward. Maybe it's still hard to have the conversation and manage somebody else, but the decision itself
Yes.
is actually easy and straightforward. So
Yeah, no, I love that. And it's one thing to have the vision, and when you have the vision, then you get a little bit more clarity on the mission.
Yes.
Right? You work
Yep.
backwards because you're like,
Yep.
I want to get there, but in order to get there, this is what I have to do. And refining that vision, I think, is something that a lot of people don't take the time to do, because
Yep.
they've got the vision, they haven't got there yet, and they're still kind of grinding away. Maybe that wasn't the vision that they need to be rethinking.
Yeah.
And so I think that's great. And the
Yeah.
whole month of May, from taking the coaches to even our team here at the office to our retreat, and then taking the C-suite, like you have, Doug, and every single level
Yes.
of the people who are building this with you.
Right.
And I think that has given you a lot of great insight too, so that you can hear from all of the people in all of the trenches.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do we do? You've taken a little
Totally.
inventory. I think that's great.
yeah. And it's cool because in our case, And I think in the case of good companies, our mission has remained the same. So my personal mission, even when I had my marketing agency for women in wellness, was to empower women all over the world and men in the wellness industry to earn significant income to recirculate their wealth to their family, church, and community. Okay, that's been my mission, my purpose, in addition to equipping clients all over the world to transform their lives physically, increase energy, have stamina, strength, and confidence to fulfill their own purpose. Okay, so that's been my twofold mission for over 10 years. And the Faster Way was birthed out of that mission and our strategic vision. It has morphed, but it hasn't been big enough. And so first thing I said when I was with the executives, I'm like, the vision, the 5-year vision starts with build a world-class $1 billion brand. Because the $1 billion brand indicates multi-million individual impact. Okay, and I'll have to read. I don't have it in front of me right now because I don't know where my phone is, but yeah, I don't actually have any clue where I put my phone. Look at me. It's because I put my phone away on the cruise, and now I'm not putting it in my hand all the time. I keep losing it, but I think that's okay.
But you still have things in your hand. You got a dog and coffee.
Yeah, you have a dog and a tissue. But I'll maybe on the next Coach Confessional, I'll read through the mission, the strategic vision. Then we come up with our business objectives, and then out of that, our pillars for success.
Love it.
And it's just so uber clear. It's a world-class brand and content. It is a dream team all unified around the same goal. It's so many, it's cutting edge technology, not even cutting edge technology, but like best in class technology, because cutting edge I think is like overrated. It's just and it's being even more focused again on the features that are going to help our clients with sustainable results. And out of this conversation came my passion for more live events.
Oh yeah, fun.
So we love our leg days,
so
but
great.
One thing we're going to be launching, and you guys got to stay tuned for this, is a 2-day client retreat.
I've never heard about this, you guys. This is first time for my ears as well.
Yes.
That is going to be amazing.
Yes. So
I love it.
2 workouts.
Oh, I love it.
We'll do stage presentations. We'll have panels. You'll be up there doing panels.
Yeah.
We will have a competition element day 2. You guys might have heard or seen High Rocks. Okay, It's not going to be like a CrossFit or High Rocks competition with all the barbells and blah, 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 but we're still going to do something body weight. It'll be competition based.
Casino.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, but that'll be fun though. That's fun.
Yeah, so it'll be an epic client event, because one thing I really said to the executives this week was we continue to say digital nutrition and fitness, digital. I said, what about just fitness?
Right.
When you think of fitness, when you think of world-class, when you think of Faster Way, and it doesn't just have to be digital anymore.
Right.
I think we can do some more in-person events and really lean into that.
Well, it's just the pendulum has swung, because when you started, you were a pioneer in the digital space.
Yes.
And we have learned I'm just projecting what I think this book is about that you're reading too, how much we have to let go of that, because we still need the personal connection.
Right.
Where everyone's digital. Everything is digital. So yes, that's true. But who's going back in real life? Right. That's the fun part.
Who is doing belly to
That's
belly?
you being cutting edge right now, is going back to the hugs. Yeah.
Yes. And I listen every single day to tech podcasts, and in a few years, ChatGPT and learning language models, and it is going to be the norm.
Correct.
Just like the iPhone is the norm, and the mobile apps are the norm, and all. It's like that. Everyone's going to do everything on that. And so I continue to kind of think through how can I pull people back to what we were meant to be and do, which is connect.
Community.
Yes, community. Key. So tell me your updates.
That's so boring. I'm going to get my hair done in the next couple of weeks.
Yay. Where are you going to go?
No, I go to the girl down the street. I mean, that is not important. But no, my updates are hanging in. This is really exciting to see your energy and to be here in the office.
Well, tell us about your new role. You have a new role.
I do. I have a new role.
It's your 17th
it's
role.
My
here
17th
at the Faster
role.
Way.
And listen, if I can wear all the hats and they all fit, that's pretty good. So no, now I am honored to be the director of programming, what does that mean? That is keeping our core competency in order.
Yes.
That's making sure that we are training with excellence, that our workouts are strategically progressive throughout the entire year, that they are entertaining, but that they are effective. Ooh, I get fired up now.
Ooh.
Right? I love writing reps and sets. So organizing that programming, making sure that all of our coaches are educated still at the same time, that's never going to go away, is really fun. So I'm grateful to have that space.
That is so fantastic.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And it is the main thing.
It's the main thing. And my main thing, and it has been forever, is meeting everyone where they're at. Can the person who's having a hard time getting off the couch still feel successful? Can the person who is a competitive athlete feel like they're challenged? How do we blend that together? That's the art of coaching, and being able to organize it in a progressive year. I think people don't realize that's what the Faster Way is about. It's an annual progression. So where you are in January isn't where you're going to be next January. It's amazing. It doesn't just start and stop with 6 weeks.
Personalized and adaptive.
Exactly.
So you're going to be leading the charge on that. World class, personalized, adaptive, sustainable for every client. Meet them where they're at. Yeah, I think that is, it's such a full circle for you as well. Totally. And it's the perfect position. Director of programming. It's interesting because I was rereading a Bob Iger book while I was on the Disney cruise regarding the rise of Disney and really his personal journey. And his big epiphany as he took over the CEO role was their bread and butter was animation and the videos, and so much came from that. And when 10 years before he became CEO, they'd kind of lost that focus and they were trying to do so many other different things. And so he got them back to that core, to the main thing. And so again, that's what I was really focusing on and stressing with my executives is like, if it doesn't serve the main thing, examples of companies are all over the place where they lose focus and they try to do this and they try to go into that lane and then now they got this vertical and it just doesn't pan out. The most successful companies, they do one thing well.
Really well. Exactly.
One single thing
and
well.
There's nothing wrong with that. We want to be diverse and multitasking, but it does water down the integrity of some of the things that we're building. So I think that's awesome.
And by the way, with the in-person events, because it might sound like, oh, well, then why are you doing? It's helping to build the core. Like it's helping to enhance what we're already doing and build up even more of that meaningful community. So that's one of our ideas. I have 4 other big ideas that we're going to be rolling out. So I don't want to put you on the spot and, announce them all. And my poor team is like now scrambling. I'm like, get the project plan. I need the timeline. Like, by the way, it is not fun to work for me. When I have it, I'm like, I got to be in my bonnet. They hate it when I go on trips. They literally do. They're like, oh, there she goes again on a trip. Great. What book's she reading now?
Well, I'm going to confess, Amanda. So as you go on your trip and as you unplug, we're like, okay, she's going to have a good time. Ding. Why did I just get a text from Brandon Tress?
Oh, yeah. Did I text you?
From Brandon's phone.
I know, because I wasn't using my phone. I know. So I did use Brandon's phone.
And all he sent us was, I've got 5 great ideas. And we're like, you look beautiful. Have a great day. Bye.
That's true. I forgot I did.
I did. But you can't keep it contained. I think that's exciting.
Which I am
it's
so
contagious
obsessed
when you get that way.
With the company, it is my 6th child that even when I'm doing my very best to unplug from work, all I can think about is work, but in a better way.
But you love it.
I love it.
When you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Exactly. Besides when I'm drug into all the day-to-day details before I left for the cruise.
But not anymore.
So let me just talk about fitness a little bit. I told you I came off of the Sermorelin. It just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I don't know that maybe I even need it right now. So that was meant to help create more human growth hormone. I didn't notice anything.
Okay. Well, I did have an event. I guess I did have an event, and I did lean into a peptide because I was like, we talked about that Sermorelin, and we said, if you don't need it, then you're not going to feel it. Right. Okay. So I've got 2 dogs. And they're busy and they're like whirling dervishes. Yes. I mean, they're just tornadoes. And I was just trotting in my backyard and they ran between my legs like a spoke in a tire.
No.
Like a crane. What is it? Like a wrench in a tire?
Yeah.
And Amanda, I fell so hard.
No.
So my toe caught and then my knee came straight down. So my femur was like a jackhammer.
What?
And my butt hit my heel. And I mean, it happened so fast. And I was on my back in
kidding.
a second. This was like on Tuesday. And I laid there and then I stood up and I cried like a little child because I'm like, I think I'm okay. And they were scared. My dogs were scared because I was down.
This was this past Tuesday?
This was just this week. And I was like, oh snap, I've got to be in 4 workouts. And I was like, am I okay? And I'm like checking myself like I was in a car wreck. I'm like, am I okay? And I wasn't. And I was like, oh, I was just so mad. But I knew I was okay. I didn't break anything, but I was like, man, this is going to leave a rock. If it was my grandmother, she would have died.
Oh,
like
my
literally,
gosh.
I hit so hard. It would have broken the bones. They would have crumbled for so many women. And I was so grateful, but I knew I was in pain. So I had some BP 157 that I just hadn't even tapped into. And I was like, we're going to overdose on this for a minute and some ibuprofen. And I came in the next day, I felt like almost too good. And I was like, I'll modify in the workout.
Smart.
So what's today, Friday? I did kind of mega dose it for 3 days. I got no pain. I can't touch my heel to my butt. Just now we did timed hit and I couldn't do butt kicks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that was miraculous.
Yes. BPC 157.
And now I'm going to kind of pull off of it so I can feel the pain. I don't want to be like skiing or anything. But I was impressed. And I had it on my shelf and I was like, I don't want to take anything because I'm not going to commit to it.
Right.
But, and I think I got a little bit of whiplash too because I woke up the next morning like, and then I was like, just commit to, take it in the morning, take it in the evening, take your ibuprofen, drink your hydration, drink your BCAAs, make sure that you're not eating any sugar, nothing inflammatory. And I just locked it down. And I'm okay.
You know what? I just ordered by accident some TB500.
Oh,
I'm going to give
someone
you
else told me about that too. They said they paired the two with a hip injury. This was just on Instagram, and she said it was amazing.
I don't know where my phone is, like I said, but I just ordered it by accident. So I'm going to give some to you.
Okay.
Because I wasn't meaning to.
Well, and I think that, we need to lean into technology too when it comes to supplements. And, I don't want to be weak and take something, but man, I also don't want to hurt. And I also have a job to do. Mm-hmm. And so I was grateful for being in shape. I was grateful for the technology and the peptides. And so that's a big testament. So I got on Instagram and I was like, ladies, stand up, stretch. Come on. This is not your grandma's 50.
But don't I always say that our trainers don't get hurt doing our workouts? Like, have any of us ever gotten hurt doing our, we get hurt in random freak accidents.
I sneeze and I throw my shoulder out.
Literally. It is just, and it's common for the clients too. It's like, well, I was shoveling and shoveled the thing or picked up the kid or fell down the stairs.
Exactly.
Yeah. But your base of fitness and strength, I think, is so key.
It was incredible. So thank you.
So I went off the Sermorelin, but I'm excited because we are testing some products for our Faster Way community.
Good.
One is a peptide fat loss capsule. So it is chromium and choline, and we have some hydrolyzed ingredients, but then some phenomenal ingredients from different herbs and leaves and turmeric and all of that, which is going to help with like incinerating triglycerides and lipids. So I'm going to try that just because it's really helping stabilize blood sugar.
Absolutely.
And then we have another product we're testing for muscle building.
Cool.
So I'm going to try that now that I went off of the Sermorelin. But later, right after this, I'm going to go get some exosomes, an exosome injection.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I do that. Yeah, I've done that 3 times. For me, it helps with inflammation because when I'm on this cruise, I'm telling you what, Lee, oh my God. I kept looking in the mirror. I'm like, I look so good. I have no puffy eyes, no inflammation, no toxic stress. Oh my word. I was just flitting all over the cruise, looking fantastic, feeling confident. And then I land back in Florida, and it is like my home is trying to poison me. Like even this morning, my eyes are so puffy. Every night I have a sore throat because of the mold. It's the mold, it's the oak, it's the dust. It is just, it's becoming a problem.
Oh, I hate that.
But I just have to do things to help my body overcome that. It's a bummer.
Ugh. That.
I know. And then I'm like extra tired, but it's okay.
It's okay. That's just more vacations.
Yeah. I'm going to be
Costa Rica.
Yep. For a week and a half, I'll be
Good.
working from Costa Rica, and I will look and feel great there too. Energy will be through the roof. I need less sleep, but since I was sick, I then went on the cruise, did a few workouts on the cruise. I haven't been able to get my strength fully back yet.
It's okay. It's okay because again, you've had a lot. Your brain takes some strength, right? You've been thinking a lot. Now you've got some closure with decisions you've made with your new trajectory. So now the pendulum again will swing back to your ability to train. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's always a joy to visit with you, my friend.
I know. It's going to be a great summer for our
excited.
clients. Yep. We're halfway through June.
Yeah.
Is it already halfway?
I don't know where
I don't know. I don't know what the
but
date
I know
is.
that I won't be at the office on Fridays.
Yeah. But yeah, June's going to be great. July Fit Wars. Can't wait.
Cannot wait. We did it. It's way better than last year, because last year I was so scared. I'm like,
Right.
and I was like, oh, this is fun.
I know.
No, it's
I
fun.
know. I actually did fit worse on the cruise
Oh,
ship.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
yes, I did it. Yep.
That's
All right.
good.
Well, we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Tell us if you like these Coach Confessionals, and tell us what topics you want us to cover.
Yep.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.